Fright is caused by determinants such as flash of lightning, a meteor, thunder, earthquake, clouds, crying or bowling of big animals, and the like. It is to be represented on the stage by consequences such as shaking of narrow limbs, tremor of the body, paralysis, horripilation, speaking with a choked voice, talking irrelevantly, and the like. Deliberation is caused by determinants such as doubt, cognition, perplexity, and the like. It is to be represented on the stage by consequences such as various discussions, setting the definition, concealment of the counsel, and the like. Deliberation, which arises from discussions and which has doubt as its basis, is to be represented on the stage by movement of the head and the eyebrows and the eyelashes. It may be questioned, are these states, bhava, called temperamental because other states, that is determinants, consequents, and transitory states, are said to be without the temperament? In answer, the temperament in this relation is something originating in mind. It is caused by the concentrated mind. The temperament is accomplished by concentration of the mind. Its nature, which includes paralysis, perspiration, horripilation, tears, loss of color, and the like, cannot be mimicked by an absent-minded man. Hence, the temperament is desired in a play for the purpose of imitating human nature. If the question is there any reason in support of this view, then it may be said that in theatrical practice, situations of happiness as well as misery should so purely accord with the temperament behind them that they may appear to be realistic. The 8 temperamental states are: perspiration occurs as the result of anger, fear, joy, shame, sorrow, toil, sickness, heat, exercise, fatigue, summer, and message. Paralysis, stambha, occurs as being due to joy, fear, sickness, surprise, sadness, intoxication, and anger, and trembling due to cold, fear, joy, anger, touch of the beloved, and old age. Weeping occurs as being due to joy, indignation, smoke, collyrium, yawning, fear, sorrow, looking with a steadfast gaze, cold, and sickness. Change of color occurs as being due to cold, anger, fear, toil, sickness, fatigue, and heat, and horripilation due to touch, fear, cold, joy, anger, and sickness. Change of voice occurs as being due to fear, joy, anger, fever, sickness, and intoxication, and fainting due to too much toil, swoon, intoxication, sleep, injury, astonishments, and the like. Representation of the temperamental states. Paralysis should be represented on the stage by being inactive, motionless, smileless, like an inert object, senseless, and stiff-bodied. Perspiration should be represented on the stage by taking off a fan, wiping off sweat, as well as looking for breeze. Horripilation should be represented on the stage by repeated thrills, hair standing on the end, and touching the body. Change of voice should be represented by a broken and choking voice, and trembling by quivering, throbbing, and shivering. Change of color should be represented by alteration of color of the face by putting pressure on the artery, and this is dependent on the limbs. Weeping should be represented on the stage by rubbing the eyes and shedding tears, and loss of consciousness by falling on the ground. Application of states to the different sentiments. These are the 49 states of the 3 kinds mentioned by Bharatamuni. All the 49 states except indolence, cruelty, and disgust are applicable to the erotic sentiment. Apprehension, envy, weariness, inconstancy, dreaming, sleeping, dissimulation are the states applicable to the comic sentiment. Discouragement, anxiety, depression, weakness, weeping, stupor, and death are the states applicable to the pathetic sentiment. Arrogance, envy, energy, agitation, intoxication, anger, inconstancy, and cruelty are the states applicable to the furious sentiment. Presence of mind, energy, agitation, joy, assurance, cruelty, indignation, intoxication, horripilation, change of voice, anger, envy, contentment, arrogance, and deliberation are the states applicable to the heroic sentiment. Perspiration, trembling, horripilation, choking voice, fear, death, change of color are the states applicable to the terrible sentiment. Epilepsy, insanity, despair, intoxication, death, sickness, and fear are the states applicable to the odious sentiment. Paralysis, perspiration, loss of consciousness, horripilation, astonishment, agitation, stupor, joy, and fainting are the states applicable to the marvelous sentiment. Temperamental states, which depends on the various kinds of histrionic representation, are included into all the sentiments by experts in the production of plays. No play in its production can have one sentiment only. If in an assemblage of the many states, sentiments, styles, and local usages, that is pravritti, in the production of a play, any one item has varied representation, it should be considered the dominant sentiment and the rest of the transitory ones, which stands on the principal theme of the play and is combined with determinants, consequence, and transitory states is the dominant sentiment. This dominant sentiment should be represented with an exuberance of the temperament, but the transitory states by mere gestures and postures, for they are to support the dominant sentiment, as such should not excel it. And equally full representation of a variety of sentiments does not please the spectators, and such a variety is rare in practical life. But a mixture of different sentiments will, however, bring pleasure to the spectators when such is carefully represented in the production of a play. The dominant, the temperamental, and the transitory states, which are supporters of the sentiments and which are accomplished through many objects and ideas, should be assigned to male characters. The sentiment and the states in plays are thus to be created. One who knows this well will attain the best success in the production of a play. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a like and share with your friends and family. Also subscribe Hansuri YouTube channel. We'll meet again with another chapter of Natyashastra. Till then, Namaste.